All right. I am excited for this in a certain strange way. It's been about a year since I covered the what was for me the death knell of the Elder Scrolls Online. Um, After all the bullshit they pulled, I've been loosely keeping up with it. I have friends who still play, so I've been loosely keeping up with what they've been doing ever since. But I've been curious. I was asked by a friend if I was going to be covering this, so I am going to do it. We're going to see what the hell these motherfuckers be talking about. Um, One thing I got to do really quick though is I got to make sure I got my filters right because I want you guys to be able to hear the actual video. Let me double check what my filter is like for y'all. Um, okay, hopefully this will work. People have to let me know if it doesn't sound so good on stream. Okay. Let's see what these motherfuckers be talking about.
Probably bullshit.
Some bullshit. Oh, they're gonna start with a trailer? I'm gonna get dinged on copyright for this fucking music.
Yeah, probably. Look, it's then from a cherry, you know, we can't say come.
Yep. Can't talk about cum bubbles.
Yay! Nord champion!
Ooh, ow. Increased communication and player improvements. Yeah, sure.
Real.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't have any other projects to work on since they got canceled because you guys have been shitting the bed so hard.
Oh, the goats themselves. As in the tired old goats.
Changes coming to ESO and
Yeah, I'm real sorry, but the fact I'm already kind of checked out because the fact that this stupid bitch on the left still works there is a
Yeah.
crime against humanity and human
Oh my
decency.
god.
Jesus Christ. Sure, bitch.
we are looking forward to sharing.
I can't
with you
stand her
right
fucking
now.
face.
We mentioned this last
No,
year, but we
not
are
anymore.
officially shifting away from chapters and DLCs to make content a lot more accessible through seasons. As part of this, we're going to talk through the vision of what
Yeah,
seasons
look
are,
behind a
how it
paywall.
delivers varied and
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah, now instead of paying, $50 for a chapter, you pay $80 for every DLC the whole year, and your subscription becomes kind of pointless.
What the
experimental
fuck,
content,
man?
and how we plan to co-create this new era of ESO with all of you. During the stream, we'll show you a roadmap of 2026 and give a glimpse of other long-term initiatives that we're working on. And we'll also share details about Season 0 and reveal 2 brand new in-game features that are going to allow you to earn all sorts of in-game rewards.
Today, you're also going to hear about how we've refocused our internal teams here at Sauce to deliver changes for all of you. We're identifying pain points,
Yeah,
prioritizing
okay.
I'm sure.
user-requested features, and even auditing combat, just to name a few things. The journey.
I love this like player communication shit that they're talking about after they ended the class representative program like 3 years ago, which was supposed to be so that the devs could maintain a line of communication with veteran players to understand where the real pain points of each class were, and they haven't reinstated it to my knowledge. So, yeah, I don't know about the whole communication thing, guys.
Begins
My
with our
God.
next update and will continue long into the future. Throughout today's stream, we'll also share with you how we're going to continue to level up our dialogue with you, including some specific follow-ups, such as
Okay.
watch for a survey link in chat at the end of this stream to share your thoughts with us about everything you'll hear about today.
They've done surveys all the time throughout the entire lifespan of this game. What are they talking about?
God.
That's not new. So much for an announcement.
TLDR,
New to-
we are going to be communicating.
It's new to them.
It's new to them because they don't have object permanence yet.
today. But have no fear, we will have plenty of deep dives and blogs and additional live stream.
Wait, what did
today.
she say?
So TLDR, we are going to be communicating a lot today. But have no fear, we will have plenty of deep dives and blogs and additional live streams to talk through everything in a lot more detail over the next few months.
Sure.
Also, a lot of what we are talking about today will be available on our test server next week.
So we recommend everyone get comfy. We have a
Yeah, make sure you log into the test server so that there can be an error that causes everyone to lose progress, and then you get banned from the game for like a week, and we'll compensate
Yep.
you. But then everybody else who didn't get screwed over by helping to test the game will get mad that you got compensated for helping to test the game. Just great, good
lot to
good
cover
time.
today. And we're going to get things kicked off by introducing our special
God.
guests from the dev team. We have Nick Giacomini, game director for ESO, and
That's the new game director? He replaced Matt Feror, basically. Well, sort of. He's not the studio
Oh,
director, but I ain't never seen this motherfucker before in my life.
Jason Kath, executive producer for ESO. We formally introduced both in their current roles last
He
year.
looks like
and
a
you might
school
have seen them
shooter.
around in live streams,
Yeah.
videos, and interviews since then. Both are longtime
He's
ESO
not part of the
fans
chess
and
club.
seasoned game devs. So welcome both.
Thank you. Very.
The woman on the left does not look like a seasoned game dev to me by any stretch. Is that wrong to say? I feel like she. I don't know. She's an executive producer. That's like saying an executive producer on a film is a filmmaker. I don't really agree with that.
Yeah.
They're bankrollers, if anything.
Excited to be here.
Yes, agreed. Very excited to be here. And I want to bring up one last thing before we get started, which is that, as Jess said, we have a lot to get through today. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about is transparency in our feedback loop and telling you guys things
Yeah,
that we maybe haven't
okay.
historically always told you. And one of those things that I'm going to talk to you about is the fact that we currently have about 47,000 cameras on us to do all of this. And Jess and Gina have a big old stack of notes.
We have about
between them.
5,000 pages of notes
We
here.
have
So.
so much to tell you about today. And Nick and I have monitors in front of us to remind us of all of the things that we need to tell you today. So all of that is to say,
I do feel
that,
kind of bad for him because he does
sometimes
not
looks
look
like we're
comfortable
reading
in front of all
things,
those
that's because we have so much
cameras.
stuff we have to remember that we probably are.
And we
So,
want to get it right.
transparency, yes, and we want to get it all right. So thanks for having us.
We want to make sure we don't forget anything, especially
Yes.
the really exciting stuff,
Yes.
right? All right. So before we reveal what is to
I
come, we
will
feel like it's
say,
important to-
just all this build up that they're doing about how much they got to communicate with us today, and, and all this stuff about all these cameras and all these monitors, like everything. They aren't mentioning the fact that this is actually a shorter live stream than last year's.
Is it really?
Yeah. I mean, not that they would know because it's a live stream. They're not going to know the length of it, but it's like they're telling they're by volume alone, they're telling us less this time than they did last year. Also, can I just say that the production value looks really low compared to the previous years? 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember the previous years they started off with Matt Feror in front of a big fucking pane glass window at the office discussing all
This
the
looks like it's
crazy
from
shit they were
The
doing.
View.
What's that?
I said this looks like it's from The View.
Yeah. It's just like, and I wonder if they're even going to acknowledge Project Blackbird or Matt Feror leaving or any of that stuff. Probably not, because they don't have the balls.
Probably
But,
not.
or the fact that
No.
Matt Feror just basically totally called out Microsoft for their bullshit. Oops.
just briefly talk about how the past has informed the future. So, Nick, we'll start this off with you. Let's talk
Sure.
a little bit about ESO up until this point. What have we learned over the years with subscriptions and chapters and what have you, and how are we looking to
Nothing.
evolve?
Yeah, absolutely.
Give me money.
We're coming up on 12 years in just a few months, which is
Pretty
it's pretty crazy. It's pretty wild. And when I look back at
Though we'll give it credit.
full of,
Being over
a
10
lot
plus
of,
years in an MMO is kind of impressive in the MMO landscape.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think they're heavily carried by the IP. Heavily.
Oh, yeah,
carried by
100%.
the IP.
Like that same with SWOTOR too, but like it's been like what? A little bit over 15 years, I think, SWOTOR.
Yep. Yeah. And I mean, Warframe isn't quite the MMO format, but it is also been around for 12 years. So, you know, and Warframe has a much better like monetization model.
Warframe
It's free to
better.
play.
Warframe better.
resilience and transformation. And over those 12 years, we made a lot of innovative decisions when we needed to. Like One Tamriel, Homestead, introduction of chapters, and so on. Right, they were the right decisions at the time for building the game's foundation.
I completely forget.
they
What was
showed
the Homestead update again?
Homestead Update is when they added player housing.
That was back in what, 2016, 2017?
No, it was before that, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
over
2015.
the first
I think.
couple of years.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I was over
exactly.
the first year of ESO.
Well, no, ESO came out in 2014.
Oh, within like the first like couple of years.
Yeah.
capable of making big fundamental changes when we need to. And this is another one of those moments. The game, we've heard.
Yeah, he does look uncomfortable.
That from you.
I feel
players,
bad
that
for
the game
him.
Has become more predictable than we'd like and too formulaic. And frankly, we think that we can make the game more rewarding and exciting. And
Change things up.
right, yes, exactly. And part of that is because the chapter model was limiting. It took 18 months, longer than that, in order to do. It was all hands on deck to support. And that intensity and lead time just didn't really leave that much room to react to player feedback, address long-standing issues. So we saw this past year as a transition year, and while we learned a lot, we knew that we needed greater change. So we're going to be doing more this year. Like you said, we want to create ESO with the community. It's something that players have been asking us to do for a really long time, right? Pause and work on addressing pain points and building the future of ESO together. This is the beginning of a major shift, just like One Tamriel was a decade ago, where we're going to be making major changes just in a completely different way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when we were talking internally about the future of ESO, one of the founding pillars of conversations was that of player trust and something internally we were calling the dev community feedback loop. So we know that we've always incorporated player feedback in the dev process, but we know that we could have greater transparency and just be better about following up with the community. Like Nick was saying, the chapter model that we had been following for the past few years, the whole timeline was like this speeding train that we couldn't really stop, and it really did restrict our ability to just be more flexible. But I think with Seasons, that's really going to introduce an opportunity to allow us to listen and react a lot more to community feedback in a much better way. So what does this look like for all of you? It means earlier visibility into the things that we're working on. It means engaging with you earlier in the process and sharing the results of your input on dev efforts, all of which we know that you've been asking for a really long time.
Yeah, especially
Exactly.
since
So with Seasons,
especially since after fucking the update 35 fiasco, where you released the patch notes and the test server, and everyone told you it was a bad idea and that it was going to be much worse for the game. You have Rich Lambert, your creative director, coming out and saying, "Oh no, well you guys just need to give it a chance. Why don't you have any faith in us?" And then it was the worst and most hated update in the history of this fucking game. Even to this day, I think is still one of the most hated updates, if not the most. And what did you learn after that? Nothing. Rich Lambert did some half-assed fucking. I don't even think he apologized for that. I think he apologized for the PvP statements that his mom wife made way back then, but I don't think he actually apologized for shitting on the players, and I also don't think he cares. I don't think he's ever cared. And I still, looking at Gina Bruno's face and having her tell me that they really need to be more transparent with us, and they're all about player communication and feedback, and they always have been, but they think they can do more about it. Well, bitch, you didn't even acknowledge what you did in FSQS. Fuck you. And you still work there. You don't deserve to have a job in any industry where you deal with people, because you are awful at it. Oh.
Just insane.
every team at Sauce, including leadership, like Susan and Nick, consider player engagement and trust to be the foundation upon which ESO's future is built. You'll see this in different forms as we evolve our approach and explore what works best for us and for you. It may take shape in the way of earlier and more frequent first look and community Q&A live streams, articles and video content, or early polls, Reddit AMAs, or feedback and preference surveys. We recognize that actions do speak louder than words, though, and we've already begun laying the groundwork for some of the dev community feedback loop efforts with things like the Guild Summit we held early last year, which informed some of the...
I hate that they keep using the word feedback loop, because that's not what that means. It's not a feedback loop. It's not the same feedback being looped over and over again. You're getting feedback, and then you should be working on it, like addressing it. And because the thing is, right, is whenever you take all this user feedback that you say you've always taken, what they've done historically with ESO is that they in the cases of like really loud outcries of things, they'll either acknowledge that they've heard us and then not do anything, or they will not acknowledge anything whatsoever. So you would hope that with this whole focus on player feedback or whatever, that they would be like, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to tell you, okay, we've heard you, and then we're going to give you ideas on what we're going to do next. So, like, expand on it, right? It's not a feedback loop. It's, these are the things that we heard. These are the results of polls that we've done. And this is our response as a dev team to what the players have claimed, have said they wanted in these polls, in these interactions or whatever. But it's not a feedback loop.
Yeah.
efforts you're
They
going
just
to
don't know
hear
what they're talking
today.
about.
And the long-term class identity, vision, goals, and roadmap we shared last December. We'll continue to expand and evolve based on your feedback. So later in the show, you'll also hear more.
Is it just me, or do they kind of look like dogs who just got in trouble? Like, they look like they got their tail between their legs.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like the cue cards aren't telling them what to do. Like, hey, we're going to be talking about this. We're going to talk about that. It's straight up, they were reading from a script using cue cards to pretend it's not a script.
Probably.
Yeah, well, and that's that. I mean, and of course it's scripted. They even said they had like prompters and shit up, or whatever. And they've got this list of notes or whatever that they're going through. But I'm like, when I think about, because like we've watched Warframe dev streams, and in Warframe dev streams they are all like looking at the camera, they're engaging, or they're looking at each other and they're engaging with each other. And Gina Bruno just keeps looking down at her notes. Jessica Folsom keeps looking down at her notes when she's not talking. Obviously, the game director has no social skills. He's so out of his element. He's just looking at the others on the couch and not looking at the camera or addressing us directly in that way. And the other woman hasn't even spoken really. She spoke to the camera a couple of times, but she's got like she's got corporate talk. She's got corporate energy. She just feels like a suit and not a person so far.
A bug person.
I just feel like maybe I'm missing some lore. Like did they take a beating in December over something? Like was it the class identity thing? Did they announced the class identity thing and then everyone told them they were retards because they earned that title?
Preparation and next steps as we develop ESO together. All of this resulted in the big changes that we're going to be talking about and sharing with all of you today. So, Nick and Susan, let's hop right into what's coming to ESO.
They also just seem very like pensive. Like usually, like in these there's so much hype in these announcements.
They're usually excited about what they're talking about. This doesn't feel like that.
No. The vibes are off.
The vibes are off. Unk is cooked for real.
Unk is cooked.
Yeah, they're usually excited about what they're working on, but it feels like that creative spark is gone.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm watching an Elite Dangerous dev stream. Yeah. Because if you haven't seen an Elite Dangerous dev stream, oh my god, they roll out some corpse from a grave in Hollywood, and she just sits there and like stares blankly, just slightly below camera level. It's horrifying.
The ritual's almost complete.
Yeah, dude.
Same.
Hold on a little longer.
There's more life in a mausoleum than there is in a fucking Elite Dangerous dev stream, but this feels like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's almost like everyone worth a damn at the company is now gone, and now they have to kind of scramble to figure out what they're going to do because, well, we can't do chapters because we don't have any good writers anymore, and no one's liked anything we've written in the past 2 years, at least, and it's been falling off and falling off and falling off.
They could have done another Argonian chapter and just went about their day, but no!
Dude, and this is the thing, right? Maybe I have low standards. Maybe I have low standards because I'm still of the mind that if they added Imgas as a playable race tomorrow, I would reinstall the game. I would. Like maybe that's low standards.
Race?
But yeah,
any new race?
Any new playable race would be poggers. It would be Pepega, perhaps.
Or if they change their fucking monetization model, then maybe.
Yeah. Like, if I could get back into the game and not worry about all of my resources filling up my bags and overflowing and killing me with the sheer weight of everything.
Or letting me dye my fucking costumes, please.
Yeah, let me dye my costumes.
Without needing a fucking subscription.
Like, piss off with the gambling shit. Like, yeah. I would probably reinstall. But also, and I am still kind of a hard ass on this point, I still want Gina Bruno to come out and apologize for what she did to FSQS.
Yeah.
I want the entire company to come out on behalf of what happened, because it wasn't just her. Like, there were gears in motion that led to what she did within the company, and those things need to be identified and addressed and publicly apologized for. Yeah, absolutely.
They need to be rectified.
If they just did that, that would be a huge step in the right direction. And I do think they need to talk about the auto moderation, because they really brushed that shit under the rug, and the people who implemented that are pieces of shit, frankly. Stop reading my private messages. It's not your business. Unless I get reported by whoever I'm talking to.
Yeah, like, that's totally fair. If it's a fucking person reporting it, that's fine. I don't want some dirty clanker spying on me.
Flagging words
the hard
that nobody cares about.
Yeah. ridiculous.
Talking about and sharing with all of you today. So Nick and Susan, let's hop
Look at her
right into
fiddling with
what's
the
coming to
cards.
ESO.
Like, oh my
Absolutely.
god.
We're happy
Mhm.
to welcome you to our new
It's just so goofy looking.
With seasons, updates and content will still arrive quarterly, but we're moving away from that predictable, templated release cadence that players are familiar with. That,
I like how he uses the term moving away from that predictable cadence. It's like it's like they kind of caught themselves in an issue where they realized, oh yeah, because of how we structured our content, people expected us to deliver new things regularly, and we don't want to do that anymore. We don't want people to guess what we're going to be doing next,
Honest.
because
Oh
we
my
don't want to be
God.
belabored to a fucking a reasonable expectation of improvements to the game that people pay money to play.
Insane.
featured zone, dungeons, and so on. We're still going to be telling incredible stories and exploring new areas of Tamriel and beyond. But the delivery
And
will be
beyond?
different
Yeah.
each season.
Just say it's Oblivion, because you're not going to any other continents. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Take me to Akavir.
Yeah,
If we're going to activate that, actually pretty sick.
that would be another thing that would likely bring me back.
Maybe install. Yeah.
This will give us the flexibility to make our game more exciting and invest in addressing long-standing pain points. Right?
I swear to God, I swear to God, I'm. If all of this stuff of like we really want to make our game more exciting ends up culminating in we're adding a board game, I'm going
We're
to
adding another board game.
I'm gonna show up at the Bethesda offices,
You
at
got a
the
board game?
ZeniMax offices, and I'm gonna poop on their lawn, just straight up. I'm gonna drop
Hear
trowel
me?
and take a big fat steamer.
But hear me out. Elder Scrolls Parcheesi.
No, fix the game first. Cater to your veteran players. Jesus Christ. Give people a reason to come back to playing, because as a veteran, there's no reason to play really.
Add features
Elder
that
Scrolls
players
Monopoly.
have been asking for, and update and iterate on the core game rather than always just chasing something brand new. Key difference is variety and choice. We want to be building what's important to you, players, and we believe that this new model is.
That woman looks tired.
Yeah.
They
So,
all do.
speaking of big changes,
And
now's
get
a
that
good
guy
point
off the
for us to
fucking
talk about
screen.
one of the first big
He's
changes that
dying
we'll be
up there.
introducing. We've always charged for most of the new content and features because they were part of the whole chapter model. You got a chapter every year. We felt like ultimately that this created barriers to play where, depending on whether you owned a chapter or not, depending on whether you could play with friends or not, and with so many versions and DLCs on sale at any given time, it could actually get pretty confusing to try and sort out what you needed to buy to play with your friends.
Yep, one of the biggest questions we always got.
Absolutely. So we're going to change that. Starting with season 0, all new content and features are all going to be available for free for anyone who owns ESO or who plays via Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, this is a
That's a really good change. That is a good change.
Does this mean past content is also free though?
I don't know. I could maybe look into it, but
But I mean, that's really good. That's really good.
that's a really good change.
Oh my God,
because
guys.
that's sort of the thing, right? Because like, you think about back to the One Tamriel update. One Tamriel was a really big deal because right around that
Yeah.
time, I had just beaten the main story and had just gotten into like the Stonefall story, like the Ebonheart Pact stuff, and I'd done Stonefalls, and I was getting through that story as well. And the thing is that, you know, I had friends who wanted to play with me, but we were all in different zones because none of us had the like any faction, any race, any alliance thing at the time, so there was no way we could play together. And then they did the One Tamriel update because they were like, oh yeah, we shouldn't separate our players into 3 separate fucking parts of the world that you can't even access until you've beaten the main story or whatever. So the whole idea was breaking down those barriers and letting people play together. And then they added a billion DLCs that make it so nobody can fucking play together unless you pay for a subscription. So adding this, update for Madhu and Alessio as you're coming in here. We're watching the ESO stream. The ESO, they just announced that all new content, like DLC updates and everything for ESO is going to be free. All of it, apparently.
Damn.
Which is
Nice.
I'm wondering what that's going to mean for subscribers, though. If like how that affects
Yeah.
subscribers, like how is your subscription still going to be worthwhile beyond just the craft pack? Because that is still important. But
I spent like a good 120 quid on ESO in total, so I'm happy with it being free.
I probably we've all probably, like, not including you, Alessio, but we've all probably spent like £1,000 on the game at least each.
because of ESO Plus.
Yeah.
ESO Plus is nuts.
ESO Plus housing, crown crates, like yeah. Finally, Finally,
Yearly
I get some
fucking expansions and fucking
yeah.
Yeah, this is a huge step. I do wonder why they have their tails between their legs, though. They still look like they're just ashamed of themselves in this fucking live stream,
Yeah.
dude.
It's so
it's
funny.
wild.
Really exciting change. So it's going to include if we do any new zones.
Can
or
she shut
new
up? Sorry,
stories,
sorry.
new systems that we release.
That's been my reaction the entire time she's been on screen. Like, why are you still working there?
Exactly. To be specific, there will still be some paid content, and we're going to talk a little bit about that later. But in general, the things that were rolled out as part of chapters, those will just be game updates from now on. And speaking of game updates, this is also probably a good time to point out that as part of all of this, with update 49 in March, we are going to go ahead and roll the Thieves Guild, the Dark Brotherhood, and Arsenium into that main game as well. Awesome.
Yeah, this is a huge change for ESO, and I really love that we're not just making all the new content available.
They
to
should have done that,
everybody.
like,
The
5 years
change
ago.
It's just going to be
Yeah.
so much simpler for
100%.
players to understand what to buy to.
They should have done the WoW
Alright,
model
now
where
let's
all
talk a little
previous
bit about
content is just base game.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Because, like, again, I know that it bothers people that I make this comparison a lot, but I always look at something like Warframe, where Warframe, every update since launch has been free. Everything. The only thing you pay for is cosmetics or to speed things up. But everything you like, even like the premium currency that you spend money on is player
You can
tradable.
trade.
Except
Yeah.
for Regal Aya, which who the fuck buys Regal Aya? But
Cowards.
Platinum is player tradable. And that's like crowns are still not in ESO after all this time, and they've made $2 billion. I mean, obviously it's working for them, but like, god damn. But then they also had to just lay off a bunch of people and had their other project canceled and had their fucking studio director leave because of it. And
Yeah.
it's been a whole big deal.
For how seasons are going to work in ESO. Susan, what would you say makes up a typical season?
Well, for starters, we don't actually have typical seasons. That's kind of the point of all of this.
Touche.
So the seasons themselves can actually be anything we want them to be in terms of content. But experimentation.
Okay, can I just point out that basically means that the whole seasons thing doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean shit. There's seasons. We'll just change them whenever we feel like it. Like that means that seasons in ESO will mean less than they do in like Apex Legends.
Yeah.
Like at least Apex Legends changes the map kind of sort of occasionally, usually by blowing it up, but like they kind of change the map with each season.
It at least changes.
But like, and there's also like a kind of loose idea of how long a season lasts. But this basically makes it seem like seasons for ESO are more like night waves for Warframe, where we don't know how long they are, we don't know what the next one will contain, we have no idea what's happening, and that's not entirely a bad thing. I'm not trying to just shit on them, but it's like the whole seasons model is just like, what's the point of the season then? Isn't it just you're just doing things at that point, like without really any structure? What's the point? How do we as an audience look forward to anything when we don't know what the plan is going to be like? Like, is the season supposed to be a thematic thing? Maybe like is it like, oh, this season is the season of the orcs, we're gonna do all Orsinium related shit? Like, just okay, so maybe they'll tell us. I don't know.
Variety, you're going to hear those words a lot today. Trying new things. These are the touchstones that we are building seasons on. We're still going to be the Elder Scrolls Online. We'll mix in new systems, features, stories, zones, all of those things that everyone knows and loves about ESO. But we want to look at them through a new lens and ask ourselves about everything. okay, but it's like, what if? Right? So stuff like, what if there were dragons here? Or what if you could do this
That's a
content
terrible
solo
example.
instead of with a group?
Yeah, what?
If you did this content with a group? What's up in Winterhold? So all of that said, seasons are going to happen 4 times a year. There will be 3 months long, and each one is going to contain a Tamriel tome and access to the Gold Coast Bazaar. And one last...
I don't know. Maybe she's just talking like off the cuff and has no idea what she's saying. But she just said that the seasons are they're moving away from predictability. Like,
But then they're like, okay, every season is
so
every
it's 3
quarter.
months. So we're doing quarterly seasons, kind of like how we did quarterly updates. But we don't want to do quarterly updates anymore. So we're doing quarterly seasons. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, okay.
Big change
And it also
as part
sounds,
of this.
it also looks like, with what they're doing, it's either we're getting a little bit of everything, or everything available is going to happen every season. So, in theory, a new zone every quarter.
Potentially, because it's saying each
yeah.
season has a new theme. So I was right about the themes. It's a theme related thing, and then may contain any of the following. It doesn't say how many of what, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. They're basing it on what they can get done in various time frames or whatever.
What the fuck are Tamriel tomes and the Gold Coast Bazaar?
I don't know. I'm hoping
That's
they
new
explain
stuff.
that.
Gold
I hope they
Coast
don't.
is Hammerfell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Sorry, I was thinking of. I thought of
the
Hughes
Dark
Bane.
Brotherhood storyline is the gold post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And absolutely one of those things that we said, okay, but what if about when we launch update 49 in March, we are going to move to a simultaneous release schedule with PC and consoles now releasing on the same day, their patches, their updates, all of that going forward.
To be fair, a lot of people have been asking for that for a very long time, and I don't blame them. There shouldn't be really any reason why they can't do this or couldn't do this earlier. So I understand that approval for updates takes a lot longer on consoles because it has to be approved by the company that manufactures the console, rather than on PC where they just release whatever whenever. But it's more that I think hot fixes it is something that has to be staggered between console and PC, because what might need to be hot fixed on one platform won't necessarily need to be on the other platform, or if it is, it's a completely different team working on it because the way the coding all works is different, right? So
That's really cool, and I think that really kind of mirrors what exactly we're trying to do here this year with, taking a look at things that we've always done just because we've always done it that way, and identifying areas where we can change things up and make things better for the community.
Yeah, actually based on player requests.
Yes.
That okay, but what if? That is actually exactly how we came around to doing the simultaneous releases.
Well, and in theory, that's a good mentality. I think that in general, what a company should be doing that's doing a live service game like this is every year look at the experience of the game and how it plays when you first start playing in that very year to up to the point of the most recent stuff, right? And have a look at things that are archaic and outdated and don't really fit into the modern model or whatever, and see how you can improve things so that the new player experience is good, so that veteran player experience is still strong. There's a reason for veteran players to still play, or for players who've left the game to come back, that kind of stuff. And so foundationally, I think that makes sense. Whether they're capable of it, that's up for debate, I think, still. Especially having lost their best people.
We had a few people in the team go, okay, well, actually, can we?
Yeah, can we just do this?
Let's do it.
Love it.
So,
They should make the entire game playable on Kinect.
all of that stuff. Nick, you want to talk about the roadmap?
I do, yes. Very exciting.
I've been waiting.
I have. I've been waiting, and yeah, exactly. We want to. I think what if is a good way to is a really good way to put it.
Also, I wouldn't. I if I were them, I wouldn't be using language like "what if," because that makes me think of the Marvel "What If" series that nobody gives a shit about in the current Marvel MCU shit, where they're just like, yeah, let's just fucking do what ifs because we have no fucking creative ideas. We have no idea what to adapt next. Like,
Yeah, it sounds very like you don't really have a real fucking vision. It's just like, what fucking, let's just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. They haven't. It's basically what it sounds like with all the player feedback stuff they talk about and like this what if stuff and experiments is like they don't have a vision for the game anymore because the visionaries at the company are gone now. Like Matt Furor was the big visionary behind all of this. He's gone. So they don't have that big vision anymore. So what they're planning to do is throw shit at a wall until it sticks and ask the players to help them build a vision because they don't know what to do next. That's what it sounds like. Not a good look. Not a good look. But good. There's good steps in this, so I'm not really too. I'm being harsh, but I have no reason to be kind after this point.
Walk away from too predictable and instead be exciting, different. Something that players also have been asking us a lot for is more transparency, more visibility into what's coming. In the past, we've held a lot back, like until the last minute. But we're trying to be more transparent, and we'll try to provide players with an idea of what to expect, what we're thinking. Just know that this is it's a living plan, right? And things may change, and we want that. That's part of this. We don't want to be beholden to an 18-month roadmap that we can't adjust. We want to be able to change based on feedback and what we learn. So let's talk a little bit about what's coming to Tamriel in 2026. There's a lot on this roadmap, and I'm going to list these off quickly, but we're going to go into more of these later.
Tamriel Tomes is a battle pass system. They're adding a battle pass to ESO. Fuck off.
It looks like the battle pass.
That should look like the battle pass.
No!
Fortnite Battle Pass. Fortnite Battle Pass.
I got shit out my ass.
Why?
Booting up my PC.
It's just like fuck. Like they're like, well, our monetization
Out
model.
my ass.
We made you pay for all this stuff, so we want to change things up. We want to make it so people know how, like, are able to play together and stuff. But let's just throw in a battle pass. I'm sure. Fine. The High Seas of Tamriel in-game event. Please tell me they're adding ship combat.
That would be really cool.
Next to that.
That would bring me back too, I think.
It depends on how they implement it, right?
My question is, for the collectibles of the seasons you are not a part of, can you go back and get them?
That's a good question. Because one thing I will mention, and again, I'm going to make that reference to Warframe for doing this better, is that things that have come out in the past, very often, they almost always they come back. If you miss the time window, they pretty much always come back. And that's like, I'm specifically talking about cosmetics because there's obviously anything that's like gear that you can use, that always comes back with only one exception, which is Excal Prime, because they said they would never. It was a founder exclusive. You can't get it again. That was their promise
Which
to
is
community.
totally fair, though.
And that's totally fair. And they did offer, they did offer like the Excal Umbra, which you get automatically as part of the story, along with the Warframe slot to house it and everything. So like it's fine. But you really have to be clear with seasons and FOMO stuff like this, whether or not you are dedicated to giving players a chance to come back and get those things. Because as far as I know, like event stuff from previous years usually comes back. You can usually get it again in following years. For the most part, I think there's some exceptions though, aren't there? Do you guys remember?
There's like some items, like remember there was a brush that was like a weapon, but like I think it wasn't actually. There was like some items that were actual weapons and actual clothing items that I don't think ever came back. Like I think there was also like a blacksmith apron and stuff. But
I know
since they
that
added
there's like
the whole outfit system, there was no need for it to come back because it was like kind of fucking useless, you know.
Yeah, I think there was like a.
But some people still
a
have
broom
them.
weapon that came back.
Yeah.
And like the bucket helmet.
Yeah,
I
the
think.
broom weapon and bucket helmet stuff came back, but then they had like old stuff, like a specific like Wraith pet that was only available for people who were playing in beta, and like the monkey pet.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there was a
I think
Jester
that's
outfit that
fine.
had the few faces of Sheo Gorath on it that were only available for like people playing within like the first like 200 days or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but
Okay. And then I'm
they
looking
do
at
have
this,
those.
and they're saying, so classes and combat updates, because we know that there's supposed to be like a refresh for the classes and everything. So we're getting Dragon Knight class first. We knew that. And then also, I guess, visual refresh and balance updates for two-handed weapon skill lines. Interesting. Don't know why it says lines, because that's I guess because it's Dragon Knight class and two weapon. But then the next one is fucking werewolf. Again? How many times have we refreshed werewolf? They've been getting overhauled repeatedly, over and over again. Stop it. Focus on the actual core classes. Not everybody plays werewolf. Fuck. And then warden is next, and then we get sorcerer. And then I'm seeing like Greymore is going to be added to base game at the end of the year.
Finally.
Should have been from the start, or at least the antiquity system should have been from the start. And then they just mentioned the solo dungeons, Moonhunter Keep and March of Sacrifices here. I wonder what they're talking about with that, because that's like, what do you mean? Why are you mentioning?
Maybe
Are they
there's
getting a
solo
new?
versions of those dungeons.
Oh, solo dungeons, right? Okay, so they're doing solo versions of dungeons. Okay.
Maybe, I don't know if that's exactly
It
what they meant.
says solo dungeons right there, so I'm guessing
Yeah.
they're doing solo versions of those. Okay, I
kind of fuck with that. I think the game needs more solo content.
I agree. I think that's probably a good idea overall.
I like challenging solo content, like not fucking storyline where it's like you fucking press E simulator.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay, so and I'm seeing here too. There's like, so they have player experience improvements, and one of the things, like quality, like
It's very low. I can't
Fucked.
read.
okay, it's just scuffed because their bitrate is trash, but or their keyframes are probably trash. But it's saying account wide outfit slots.
What?
Finally.
Does
Like
that
Jesus
mean that
Christ.
if I have a bunch of outfit slots on one character, it repeats for all of them? Can I get refunds on a bunch of my outfit
The ones
slots,
you bought, yeah.
Yeah, I like. Does that mean that because isn't there a limit on how many outfit slots you can have on a character?
I think it's like 10.
Yeah.
So does that mean that you have 10 total for your entire account? Because that's a huge downgrade, in my opinion.
I think it's 10. It's like if you buy an outfit slot on one character, you buy an extra outfit slot on another character. So it's each character has 10 outfits. I'm assuming that's what that means.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I was thinking they were
Well,
just gonna add more outfit slots to like a fucking account wide like fucking ones, and then you keep.
I
The
guess we'll
fucking
find
ones
out.
you bought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also saying skill attribute respec for free, and then back bar something. I'm not sure what that says.
Three
It's
more
really hard to
upcoming
read.
announcements. So in season
Back
0,
bar experience. Oh, so you can gain experience for things that are on your back bar. Okay.
That should have been in the game long ago.
I think so too. I get really tired of putting a bunch of skills I'm not using on my front bar so I can level them.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Players can experience the first ever event zone, the Night Market, and that's going to be it's going to be a lot more challenging than our usual content. We're also going to be launching
You sure about
a set
that?
of changes to improve visuals for class and weapon abilities, and start to provide better class identity and make more builds viable. We'll have brand new Thieves Guild content coming later this year. So the next Thieves Guild story in the game. There'll be new stories, some new systems to experience the content with, like
Sage's Vault?
rumors,
I
favors,
think
and
that's
dynamic
good.
events.
Yeah.
Like, I think-
Shadowbreath is returning to
think-
Tamriel.
Because they're making all the stuff free, that gives them the freedom to be able to add a sequel to those like storylines, so that people don't have to buy Thieves Guild 1 to get Thieves Guild
Yeah.
2. They can just keep
Yeah.
going from then on.
Yeah, I think that's fair because it's already bad enough that like if you want to understand the story of like Somerset, for example, you kind of have to play the previous chapters, and also Clockwork City, which wasn't a chapter; it was a zone DLC. And that's especially annoying because you have to suffer through the exceptionally uninspired and boring ass brown palette of the Clockwork City.
Justice League Clockwork City, man.
That's fucking ugly,
I like that
man.
that's the only one that wasn't added to base game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just fuck it.
Who joined?
Fuck the Clockwork City.
Wales.
Ah, it's Wheels. Welcome, Wheels. We are live right now.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, we're just going over the ESO update live stream.
I'm personally very excited for players to experience this story. Let's see, there will be a new trial for our in-game community, and for players who prefer to take the game on solo. We have a few things coming. First, we're planning to launch an early version of Overland difficulty. There's a lot that we want to do here.
Okay.
It's just a first step for this highly requested feature. But again, just like we were talking about earlier, this is something we want to get to players soon and adjust based on feedback.
That's good. That's a good change, I think.
So, and we're also introducing solo dungeons later in the year.
I hope they just don't make everything fucking like damaged sponges.
Some of our existing dungeons and new solo modes,
like Near Replicant.
with dedicated rewards.
Mhm.
Like Overland difficulty, we're planning to start small here, so maybe 2 or 3 dungeons to begin with, and we want to see what players think and if they want more.
That's awesome. It seems like a really good way to learn dungeons.
Yes, exactly. Like in fact,
Seems thrilled.
we're planning to have. I mean, things are currently in development, so it may change, but we're planning to have multiple modes, including a story mode.
Oh, cool.
So that's something that
Oh,
personal
okay.
experience. I know that our players have experience where they just want to do the quest, but
Yes.
groups will just run ahead
And enjoy the story.
Right,
Yes.
right, exactly. And
That's
also,
cool.
Can you
Good.
like blur that woman with the blonde hair so that the stream can't see her face?
What, Gina Bruno?
Yeah,
Yeah, here. Let me.
You mean redacted?
Yeah, let
like
me
a blur.
add a. No, I don't think so. They'll add a filter because it'd take a bunch
Gina
of time.
Bruno filter?
Yeah,
You'll have to
Gina
just keep
Bruno
moving it around.
Super excited about this because I'm a solo player. I love playing MMOs. I like a lot of other people being around me playing, but I like to play by myself. Yep. And
You're the executive producer of one of the most successful MMOs on the
multiplayer
planet, and you don't like
game, and you
playing with other people. What a piece of shit!
The jokes write themselves.
Oh my god, that what?
Write themselves. Oh my God.
That's like
See that?
that's like being a really big fan of RPGs, but you don't like drinking potions. I'm looking at you, Brian Wheeler. You fucking
I
idiot!
don't like or know how to use a heavy attack, so
How is what?
as a tank I don't know how
So-
to heavy attack.
So yeah, you probably don't get that reference, Wheels, but basically there was a dev stream. Actually, Lester probably doesn't get it either, but there's a dev stream last year or the year before where they had the lead combat designer of the game come and play the new Battlegrounds update that they were doing on a dev stream. He's the lead combat designer, and he didn't know how to use potions or heavy attacks to restore his resources. The two core touchstones of the entire fucking combat system.
How are you that disconnected with the game you helped make? Hello?
Mind blowing. It's one of the only dev streams that they actually deleted. They deleted the VOD. I don't think it's available.
Deleted it.
Really?
Oh my
He admitted defeat. That makes
They
me so
knew
happy.
it was bad. They knew it was fucking bad, dude.
God.
so I'm really excited for all of those changes.
So it's incredible.
Very excited too.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, that's going to be coming in 2026, and if players like it, then more to come. Let's see what else. We're doing some experimental content. So like there's some that's it's involving seas and ships and naval battles. Yep. We're trying to
What?
figure out and still figuring it
Yeah,
out,
naval
but,
battles.
The team has the space to run with their best ideas.
Interesting.
It's something that we want.
Holy
Let's
shit.
see, we're investing
Guys,
in
the crew's back.
I'm
Pirates
trying to
back.
picture it. The thing is, I don't want to burst
This is the
anyone's
first
bubble.
quadruple A MMO.
It's made
Bruh.
quadruple A money. But I'm trying to picture naval battles happening in the Elder Scrolls Online's engine. Because there's no
That's what I'm
wave
thinking,
physics, there's no water. Moving vehicles
Yeah.
don't even really work in the game. Because the thing is like, there's no... Currently, the way the game works, there's no systems for that. You have mounts, but mounts are literally just a visual change to your character. It doesn't actually have its own physics or its own interactions with terrain. It's just your character model with the same collision and everything.
Yeah.
but visually different. And moving vehicles, they started to have moving objects in the game in some more recent updates, but the moving objects are like, it's just a static like collision box moving around the environment. You can't like ride on it, you can't get on top of it and move with it or anything. You would just slide off. So I can't picture it happening like that. I feel like at most it's going to be, there's going to be ships and you'll be on one, but it will not move. The enemy ships will not move. And then at most it'll be like, oh, you go and press E by the cannon until it fires. That's going to be like,
that's what I'm thinking.
because there's no other interaction systems in the game. All it is you either have your action bar or you press E on something. That's the only interaction the game has. Even BDO has more than that. Where like if you back up against a wall in BDO, your character automatically leans on it, or if it's short enough, will sit on it. There's actually interaction systems in a game like that. This doesn't have anything. So if they add like actual naval combat, that would be really cool. Just beggar's belief at this point, because they couldn't get multi-rider mounts working for like the 4 or 5 years they worked on it. Until much more recently, they finally got it working, and even then, it's jank. It barely works. It's shoestring together. It's terrible.
This year, and we're providing many player experience improvements and addressing a lot of pain points that players have expressed. Both of these, what we're going to do here for PvP and for addressing these, we're going to talk more in a bit. So yeah, as
I also
mentioned
hope that they
earlier,
do
this new
add
approach
the
is
like
going to hopefully allow us
the
to
naval stuff. They have stuff for both PvP and PvE,
Yes,
so it's not just one or the other.
that would be
You
nice.
can't. Yeah.
I think they've learned that this game can't subsist on only PvP content, right? So because it was supposed to be originally just PvP, but then they changed it.
work hand in hand with our desire to craft ESO's future with and for the community. We want to hear your thoughts and feedback early and often to help us build the Tamriel that you want to experience.
What's also really cool about
Imgas.
this new way of allowing the team to kind of experiment a
New
little bit
races.
more is they'll
What happened to
participate in
Falinasti?
Bro smoked it all. Yeah.
once a year. So,
Smoked
and
all of it.
I think having them have the opportunity to potentially put some of these really kind of creative and unique ideas into the game is going to be really exciting for players.
Yes, and actually that's happening. One of the, well, I'm not ready to talk about it.
Oh, come on, Nick. Just between us.
But that's happening. There we are actually releasing things that came out of the game jam that were purely like passion projects from the people here at Sauce, and we're putting them in the game, and I think there's going to be a lot more of that.
Oh, that's so exciting. I've seen some of them, and now I wonder which ones they are. That's exciting.
I have a pretty good idea.
All right, so as we look to the future, we want to share what we're working on with you, like we have said much earlier and more often than we have in the past, and hopefully everything we're going through right now is a testament to that. And in turn, we want to get your feedback earlier and more often as well. So this means we may share things with you that range anywhere from the early conceptual phase to actively in development.
Even though he literally just said he's not even going to tell us one of the things. It's too early to tell you one of these things that we're He just said it. What the fuck?
Things that are not yet set in
Listen,
stone.
if we ain't
This
getting
content
horse
is
racing that we can bet on, I don't want it.
Add gambling, but not with my real money to the game, please.
Mental, like we've mentioned.
I love
something
gambling.
Developing and need live feedback on. So this is a big pivot for us, and while it won't happen overnight, you'll see it continue to evolve over time based on your feedback.
Yep, exactly. Like we want to be more transparent. We want to change the way that we engage with the community to be more transparent, more collaborative, and provide more opportunities for player input and feedback so that we can incorporate that into our plans. So, recent surveys, posts asking for feedback and suggestions, showing the roadmap like we are today with the farther out look, like those are just steps in that direction.
Right.
Is it just me, or is like the roadmap pretty much the same as all the other roadmaps we've seen so far from them? Like, they're still not giving a ton of detail on everything. They're just
It's
kind of
not
glossing
very
over it all.
different, no.
Yeah, like it doesn't seem that that crazy. I don't know. It's not like they're revealing like crazy, like I don't know. They're not revealing huge amounts of new content. They're not even saying like, because they're still not telling us like when events are happening and what they're doing with them or whatever. It's like I don't know. It just seems kind of the same level of communication we've always had.
So
If anything, they've shown us less so far.
Yeah.
To 2026.
Well, because they don't have a chapter to show off and say this is where we're going this year with the big theme. We don't have this big theme idea of like, oh, this is going to be the year of the Bretons, or this is going to be the year of Hermaeus Mora or whatever. We're not doing anything like that, or even like there's a big new system that we're working on. They're not even saying that. Like, not really. It's just the same shit. I don't know.
Citizens and ESO's
There's some big
all
reveals,
of you will
but
play a critical role in the game's future development. So please do continue to let us know what you'd like to see and hear from us.
although I also want to point out the number of times that this very dev team has censored my speech, giving them feedback on things they need to do, is absurd. So, if that's suddenly somehow miraculously changed, good on you, but I have my doubts.
On our official social media channels, forums, Reddit, Discord servers, and the feedback surveys we send out.
Yeah, I think at the end of
Press
the day, we
E
just
to doubt.
want to make the game that the community wants to be in and enjoy. You know,
It is a game. It should be fun.
yeah. It's-
Yeah, because hanging out with Gina Bruno certainly isn't.
Exactly. All right, now let's take a closer look at what's in Season 0 specifically. We're going to start things off here with two things that Susan actually touched on earlier, Tamriel Tomes and the Gold Coast Bazaar. These are two brand new features launching with Season 0 that are going to allow you to earn all sorts of in-game rewards. And we will also talk about how ESO Plus evolves in this new season.
I like how they're phrasing it too. They're saying this will allow you to earn a bunch of in-game rewards. But like, here's the thing, right? What other type of rewards does the game have? It's a game.
You get an IRA public execution of yourself.
You get maybe what, carpal tunnel? Like genuinely, like what are they talking about? Because it's like you'll earn in-game rewards, but what they're not saying is that one of those things that they're referring to is a battle pass. You're paying for it. And that's the thing. You're not even paying for it. You are paying for the ability to earn it. if it is what I think it is, unless it's like Nightwave where it's completely free, which it's ZeniMax. I don't think it's completely free, but we'll find out, I guess.
Seasonal world. Afterwards, we're going to get into the night market and a whole slew of quality of life improvements that you are definitely going to want to hear. But first, Susan, why don't you talk to us about Tamriel Tomes?
Sure. So, Tamriel Tomes is our take on a battle pass for ESO. And each season is going to have a unique Tamriel Tome that is available for the...
It is paid. I fucking called it. It's got a free tier like every other battle pass on the planet, but it's paid. It's paid. Ah, that pisses me off. Sorry.
And it could be like every other battle pass where the fucking things to actually, get the battle pass, you won't have enough, so you gotta buy it again.
Yep. Oh my god, this is gonna be a train wreck. Like everything else is like pretty decent, but then this has the potential to be fucking nuclear, honestly, in a very bad way.
duration of the fall season. Everyone will have
Are they still
access
gonna have
to
the crown
full
crates?
version of the season's
Yeah,
tome,
probably.
And you'll progress the tome by completing weekly and seasonal challenges and earning tome points. You earn points, you unlock pages in the
Is this
tome,
going to
and then you
replace
can
the
use
daily
those-
logins, do you think?
Maybe.
Rewards.
Because because they also have Golden Pursuits, right? Which they just kind of randomly do at various points, and they have a really bad track record as far as announcing it and what's in it and everything, in a way that's like easily accessible and you can see it. But those are completely free, and so but they still have the daily login rewards. But this feels like what are they going to do with Battle Pass? Like, so you're going to get like what various objectives you have to complete in order to progress the Battle Pass? Like, I don't know, cut 3 fish today or something like that, and then you progress the Battle Pass that way. Do a PvP match or something. I just like, I don't know. I just don't like this model. I really don't.
points to choose your rewards. when the team set out to design
They're just tired at this
we wanted
point.
to make sure that it met a few really important goals for us.
Well, they really just were like, we're getting rid of our main monetization model, and we don't really want to think about how we have to actually replace it. So we're just gonna copy paste from every other game that's existed forever now.
First, we
After
wanted everyone to
discovering
be able to
Warframe
participate
and like their devs, the difference between them and this is just staggering.
Oh, it's
And
it's
really
night and day.
unveiled.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's
no matter what
completely
your
different.
interests are or how you play ESO, challenges will cover everything from quests to trials to PvP, crafting, dungeons, and you'll have the option to re-roll the weekly challenges during the season if you aren't interested in the current options that you've got on deck for that week. Nice.
Yeah. So players will be able to re-roll on their own. Like they don't have to wait for a maintenance or wait for us to do it. They
Man,
can just
these
set up, like,
presenters feel
challenges and just push
so
button.
they just feel uncomfortable. I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, Minecon or Minecraft Live, whatever it's called. You have the two classics and then Jens as well.
It's
They just
very low
seem so much
energy.
more energetic.
Yeah.
It's
So
so low energy compared to like the fucking like whenever they revealed Elsewhere or when they revealed.
Yeah,
all the
that's what
older
I was saying
games.
earlier. Like,
yeah, exactly.
they look like they're in a hostage video.
Yeah, and so the two ladies
Yeah.
on the right are like the senior community managers, basically. And then the lady on the far left is the executive producer, and the guy next to her is the game director. And none of these people seem excited to be here. they don't want anything to do with this.
I feel like I'm looking at like Reddit mods.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Gina Bruno is basically a Reddit mod.
Exactly. Yeah.
Her job.
Yeah.
Professional
And
Reddit
Jessica
mod.
Folsom too, but like, yeah, this game director he's basically inherited this game and this studio after the
I
previous
feel bad for
director.
him.
Yeah, after the previous director who built this multi-billion-dollar game had his pet project that he has been waiting 30 years to make canceled by Microsoft after they bought this company. And so he resigned, and now this guy has to pick up the pieces and try to continue.
Bro.
Ooh, that is
So,
rough.
yep, and they have fundamentally butt-fucked this game so hard that they had to put out a whole roadmap of everything they're doing next with the classes because they broke it so hard. Because it's like, oh, what class are you playing? You're playing the Dragon Knight class. Okay, well you better spec into Arcanist because there's nothing else worth playing. Oh, you're playing Nightblade. Better spec into Arcanist because there's nothing else worth playing. Oh, you're playing Warden. Yeah, spec into Arcanist because there's nothing else worth.
Oh my god!
It's bad. It's really bad right now.
Jesus.
The multi-classing is a
Yeah.
good idea. It just doesn't work currently because they didn't balance anything correctly, and they hybridized it all. So all weapons and stuff are all hybridized now. You can use them with any like resource setup, but that means that there's one weapon class that will always trump all the others in its usability because they don't have the
Yeah.
equivalents. It's really, really badly thought out. It should not be tied to weapons. It's that simple. Like, fuck.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Second, it was really important to us that this had compelling rewards. The team designed the free tone to include exciting rewards all season long. So in season 0,
Oh,
for example,
dear God.
you'll be able to earn
Oh,
new
no.
cosmetics. There's a brand new armor. There are 10, I think, weapon styles.
And another new currency. How many fucking currencies do we have in this game now? Fuck!
Too many?
Seals of Endeavor, fucking crowns, gold, fucking we have the fucking
Vouchers.
the RIP vouchers is another one. There's the stupid fucking key fragments. Like there's so many fucking currencies. God. Fuck.
There's a new skill stuff.
And the old Merry Dominion just fucking, make the currency consistent throughout ESO already.
Well, because it's at war. Nobody's consistent. Like, the
Exactly,
Empire's
yeah.
fallen, right? Like, god damn.
And additionally, you're going to be able to earn 8,000 Seals of Endeavor, 6 crates, furnishings, trade bars, which will come in a minute,
okay.
and even more stuff over the course of the season. And yes, I did just say you can earn Seals of Endeavor as part of Tamriel Tomes, and that's part of
This is a lot of words.
Down on complexity
I feel like it's fake. I feel so they're saying 8,000 Seals of Endeavor. I don't feel like it's actually as potent as they're saying. I think that part of that is paid.
and
Just saying.
contingent.
Yes, lots of words.
But it
That's
says
what I
under the
meant.
free. It said under free though.
Okay.
Multiple types of challenge lists to complete every
Maybe I
single
misread
day.
that, but
I don't know about you. I have enough to-do lists. Yes, in my life on a normal basis. I need things a little bit simpler when I go home and I want to relax and play the game. So we are going to go ahead and eliminate the daily login rewards and the endeavors.
What?
challenge
What?
systems.
I told you. I fucking knew it.
Uh-oh.
Fucking knew it.
Fuck!
Fucking knew it. I knew they were gonna get rid of it. There's no way they're gonna do a battle pass and have a daily login rewards. No way.
I love how
Isn't the whole
her
point of a battle pass daily login rewards anyway?
But the thing is, right, is that, like, she's sitting here justifying it by saying, well, I already have enough to-do lists as it is, so we're going to get rid of the daily login rewards. That's not a to-do list! That's just logging in! What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's really stupid. Like, that is nonsensical.
It's just they don't want to
I
give
need
away
to
too much
see-
free shit.
Like they
I
could have
need to
just
see
said like,
people
well, there's
justify that.
they could
I
have
need
said
to
it's
see
so much
people
like
justify this.
nicer. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, it's just an upgrade of the daily fucking login reward system. You know, which it basically is, right?
Sort of, but
But
then...
the wording of it is just so weird. Oh, to-do list. Oh, we can't log in. We got the battle pass.
Yeah,
that should look
well,
like the
but they're
battle
also
pass.
they're getting rid of the Seals of Endeavor system. Not the Seals of
That's
Endeavor. But
dumb.
they're getting rid of the Endeavors system, which was the way to earn free shit in the game by doing various tasks. So basically, they've just taken the daily login rewards and the Endeavor system and bundled them together and added a paid version of it on top of that. That's what they've done.
Yeah,
That is the
basically
system.
what they've done. Yeah.
Pretty much.
And Golden Pursuits also still exist, as far as she's saying. She hasn't mentioned that they're getting rid of Golden Pursuits, so that's another random thing that they have in there. Another to-do list. To be fair, it's another to-do list.
Well,
But it just, to me, it's like... I understand not wanting to have the UI of BDO, where you log in and you have 13 pop-ups before you can even fucking play the game, and after you get rid of those 13 pop-ups, you still have 1,900 fucking windows on your screen of various things. There's 2 separate chat windows, there's fucking objectives, there's fucking daily objectives, there's every fucking menu item you could possibly
God, I
imagine.
remember that.
A mini-map. Oh, it's fucking awful. BDO's UI is so Korean, it hurts.
yeah.
It's so Korean, it's going to be drafted into the army when it turns 18. But I don't know, the battle pass system, it's like it just feels like another way to just shame players and try to increase FOMO. That's what it feels like. It does feel very FOMO-y.
Basically.
And be like, oh yeah, you can log in every day and get some of these rewards, but now, and it's also like they've changed it so the only way to get Seals of Endeavor is through the Battle Pass system because they're getting rid of Endeavors.
Yeah.
So it's
Of
like,
course they did.
again,
Oh,
and
you're getting so much Seals of Endeavor because you're fucking getting rid of Endeavors.
yeah, so that takes the wind out of that immediately. And I also gotta point out, it's like, I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but Warframe's Nightwave system is completely
It's
free.
free.
And you
And separate
accidentally
to the
complete it
logins.
because it's just stuff you're always doing anyways.
And it's separate from your daily login reward.
Yeah, and it's separate from your daily login rewards. And then there's also always weekly shit happening in Warframe because you have every couple of weeks they change out what Prime Resurgence is up. Every week they're changing what rewards you can get from the Deviri circuit, both on Steel Path and on normal. There's reasons to keep logging in and playing because Warframe has so much to do. And this is just, I don't know. It just seems like I don't know.
Greed is astounding.
They
Yeah.
aren't even trying anymore?
Yeah. Well, and the seasons are not the same as the season pass thing they did last year, I'm guessing, because they're calling this season 0 and they're doing it like quarterly.
What's
This
their
is so
name?
confusing. Hortits? I don't fucking know. I missed it. These
probably
two
just
on this side of the couch, I don't know their names. They told us at the beginning. I have no idea who these people are. I've never seen them before, so I just know their roles.
I need to read it.
Something that ends with like Burgerstein, probably.
Wait, what the
All right, push play. My God.
Seals as part of the tome system now. And things that you used to encounter in the daily log.
Can't take y'all anywhere.
Are available for you to select from within the tomes. So just streamlined. Lots of rewards.
Oh, no, I see a tiny hat. Yeah, okay. All right, anyways.
Streamlined. Yeah.
Wait, what?
The challenges are weekly and seasonal.
My
as opposed to
God.
endeavors, which were we had the dailies and the weeklies, and it's like it does feel
What's
like
happening?
I have to do this today. I have to do this today. So we're hoping that the weekly nature of this is going to allow more flexibility for players.
Yeah, and just kind of
Professional streamers, everybody.
Needing to
Yeah.
log in every
Yeah,
day.
I
So
was
one of
I was
just-
kind of bummed out if I knew I wasn't going to complete. You know, I would
like your
do-
daily login if you're away for a few days or something. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess I'm not
Or
going to
I'd
get
look
this.
at it, I'd do one of the Devers challenges, and I'd be like, "Oh, cool, I did that." And then I'd look at the other ones, and I'd be like, "Well, not actually."
If you're a completionist, that
Did
feels
all of
right.
those. So yeah. So anyway, hopefully this is more engaging. An engaging way to do all of this.
No,
We're excited
it's
about it.
not.
So
Actually,
I see the benefit. Like, I do think that, like, because it hopefully, I don't know if they will do this, but hopefully it adopts a similar system to other battle passes or the Nightwave system from Warframe, where, you know, if you miss a few of the like objectives or whatever, you can go back and do them even though they're from like previous weeks or whatever. I don't know if they'll do it that way. Apex Legends was really like kind of hit or miss on some of that stuff, of whether you were allowed to go back and do certain things. But hopefully they'll let you do it. I don't know. Just seems
trash.
Yeah, it's just more monetization.
Something to note with the Tamriel tomes is that there are 2 paid premium upgrade options that are going to be
2
available for Tamriel tomes.
That's-
And depending on what those upgrades.
What the fuck?
Premium Plus.
Oh no, not a.
So they aren't even including it with ESO Plus. It's something completely separate. That is fucked.
I don't even play this fucking game, and this is getting on my nerves.
Wow.
The progress is instant tone points.
Wow.
So hold on. They talked about. So they talked about the. Let me go back to the roadmap, because I'm kind of overwhelmed by this, because this might be actually like so much worse than I thought.
The season's a quarter.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
So
Is that how long
let's just say-
the battle passes are?
they're 3 months.
Yeah,
Wait.
each battle pass is basically 3 months.
So you're paying $120 at
3
most
months?
for this shit.
So yeah, new collectibles included in each season. New Tamriel tome. So how does that relieve the pressure? What?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think there's benefits, but I also just feel like this is just greed again.
And if you miss them, it was either impossible to get them again, or we would reintroduce them like unpredictably or inconsistently. The Bazaar provides a consistent and reliable place for players to finally be able to claim these rewards. We'll also have some utility items and some new, brand new items that have never been seen before in the Bazaar, and we're going to continue to add to the Bazaar.
Utility
over time.
items?
In fact, in the future, we're planning to make some previous crates and their contents earnable in the Bazaar. That's something else that players have asked for.
Yep.
That's not going to be present in Season 0, but it'll likely be in the next season or the season after that. Let's see, items...
Dude's nervous. Look at his
But
hands.
we're trying to avoid frustrating FOMO. Most items will be up for long
Too late.
durations, like the entirety of the season, or longer, and we're hoping to bring things back quickly.
But are
Maybe
they
there's,
actually like
earnable,
adding new
so
content or
we're doing
not?
Not really. They used to do like yearly chapters, and they're not doing that anymore. They're doing like
Oh,
little
great.
smaller
Decent.
stories along the side, and they haven't talked anything about zones really. So
No,
At
no,
Elder
nothing
Scrolls
new.
Bizarre, Players will need trade bars, and trade bars are primarily earned in Tamriel tomes and also elsewhere in the game. We've
It's about
tried.
playing the game.
Yes, exactly. We've tried to balance. This
Give that guy
carefully.
some water.
The majority of trade bars in the free track
Yeah.
of the tomes. We're planning to include a small amount in the paid version as
I'm gonna
bonus
give him a
reward
fidget
for
spinner.
players who support the game. With the remaining.
I feel like I'm listening to a tutorial on agile project management where like every single thing has some arbitrary fucking name. Like epic. Sprint. Fucking task, story points. I just like shut the
yeah,
fuck
this
up.
this is the indubitably undoubted masterwork plan. Yeah, that you nailed it, Alessio. That is absolutely what this feels
I
like.
mean, it's the same problem as well because fucking project management isn't hard, right? You don't need to complicate it with all this extra shit. Fucking
Yeah.
ESO, right? You could have literally just two fucking currencies. The normal gold for normal shit, and then the other one for the slightly premium shit. That is all you fucking need.
Yep.
And if you're feeling spicy, keep the Cyrodiil one. The Cyrodiil PvP currency. That's fucking it. As far as I'm aware, there is nothing else because I haven't played this game in 2 fucking years.
Yeah, there's like because there's like Seals of Endeavor, which is like that was the way that you could that was how they got around the crown crates being called gambling is by having Seals of Endeavor. So now you can earn Seals of Endeavor to be able to buy some of the things that you're not getting from the random drops in the crown crates, but it's like, why isn't it just available with gold? The game does not have enough gold sinks in it as it is. So why do
Yeah.
you keep splitting up the currencies? It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like,
I
give
mean,
me something to spend my gold on.
I remember watching a video like 6 months ago on ESO just that came out of the blue, and basically Zos had managed to completely fuck the entire in-game economy, so now traders are completely pointless for guilds because there's just nowhere to think fucking money.
Yeah.
As you said.
They totally trashed the economy. Flippers became really popular, so they had to trash the economy for that, and it just like it's a nightmare. The in-game economy is a fucking mess. Like, but to be fair, it's really on brand for the Elder Scrolls series to have a broken fucking economy.
But at least in fucking Bethesda games, you can unfuck it or it becomes funny because of how broken it is.
Yeah, in
Meanwhile,
this game it's
ESO
not.
is an MMO.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have a stockpile of gold and nothing to spend it on.
Now, some of the things we're talking about are things that you.
God, we aren't even
previously,
halfway through this fucking live stream yet.
We're more than halfway.
We're getting rid of event tickets.
Oh, okay, good, okay.
With seasons, so players who have event tickets will receive an appropriate amount of.
You
trade
fuck,
points
give me some American Express points.
But unlike event tickets,
Give me
there's
frequent flyer miles.
for how many.
Yeah,
trade bars
honest.
you
Exactly.
have. And critically, trade bars cannot be purchased for crowns. They must be earned by playing the game. So the Bazaar, it's designed to give players more options and choice over the rewards that you earn. Right? There will be around 100 items in the Gold Coast Bazaar in the first season, with more coming each season.
That's great. So this calls back to players asking for more ways to earn rewards just by playing the game.
Yes, exactly.
Nick, is the change with event tickets, is that coming with Season 0?
Yes, that is coming with Season 0.
Fantastic. That's great. Okay, so we've talked a bit about Tamriel Tomes and the Gold Coast Bazaar at this point. So ESO Plus also was a part of the holistic design when we were thinking about how to give players more choice in how they earn rewards in-game and more ways to
God,
earn
those
through
stupid
gameplay
cards look so
specifically.
dumb.
So, Susan, can you tell us a little bit about how Tamriel Tomes and the Gold Coast Bazaar...
Like you can tell their local fucking Xerox machine worked overtime to make those cards today. Holy shit.
And it's stupid because, like, they only have like the ESO like the thing on the front card. The rest of the cards are just blank, so they didn't even shill out the money to make the cards all the same.
And you know what most people do whenever they're trying to organize their notes for an event like a live stream like this? They use like a tablet.
Yeah.
It's fucking easier.
Interface with ESO Plus and makes it what this
But that
new
doesn't
looks
look
like.
as fucking authentic.
Look how much shit we got, guys.
Sure.
It's so distracting.
So,
We have
starters,
paper.
First, most important, we're not changing the price of the
Like they chopped down half the Amazon so these people can have their fucking cards.
ESO Plus. We're not taking anything away
Whoa.
from it.
Whoa,
ESO Plus
changing the
members are
price of
gonna
it?
continue- So,
They're not
for
changing the
starters,
price of it.
First, most important, we aren't changing the price of ESO Plus.
Oh,
We're
okay.
not taking anything away from it. ESO Plus.
No, that's not true. That's not true. They are taking away from ESO Plus because they're not adding DLC that you can access by having ESO Plus. All the DLC is free now, so you don't have anything new coming to your ESO Plus subscription as you
Why?
as you pay for
That's
it.
so dumb.
So because it's all the DLC is going to be base game, so there's literally you are losing that from the subscription. There's one less reason to buy it.
Jesus.
So don't tell me you're not taking things away from it. You are, and you're not changing the price. So you're taking things away from us. It's robbery at this point.
Yeah.
Servers are going to continue to have access to all of the past chapters and DLCs, but they're also going to get new benefits layered on top of the membership that already exists starting with Season 0. So first, Plus subscribers will get a monthly grant of tone points to spend on any of the tone rewards, and they're also actually going to earn tone points at an accelerated rate. Nice. And then beginning with this month, any
But you don't get the
of tone
you don't get the
points
premium
to spend
tier
on
battle
any of the
pass
tone reward-
with the subscription.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's so fucking weird.
Okay, so how much is ESO Plus a month?
$15
Okay,
for a
so
month.
so
It's the same
if you
price.
so if you pay monthly, you're paying about almost $180 a month, right?
What are you?
Let's
This
just
is
What are you
so
talking
what
about?
enterprise software.
no, like think about this. ESO Plus, $15 a month. You're paying give or take almost $180 a year if you're paying monthly.
Yeah.
Plus the $30 a quarter.
That's if you buy the highest ranking one. Yeah.
But that's the thing. If you buy the highest ranking one, you'll be paying about $120 a year potentially. So you're spending
$300 a month.
almost
Yeah.
on
That's
fucking.
insane.
hmm
I mean, so like, do I get a product manager with this, like, or an account manager?
Do I get my own
Like-
personal assistant? Like
Yeah, like, I mean, this is like buying enterprise software.
it's fucking
Can I get a
insane.
mini Matt Fior to scream at me? Don't buy this game.
Yeah, right. Get the hammer back. God damn.
Can I get a bad
And
dragon
also
dildo?
So I can fuck myself with Aldwin's cock.
That's what I need.
to earn tone points at an accelerated rate. Nice. And then beginning with this month, any ESO Plus.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Monthly grant of tone points to spend on rewards of your choice in Tamriel Tome. And then you receive a Premium Plus bonus token every 12 months to use for any season.
What? Wow. Okay.
To spend on any of the
Like,
tone rewards.
this is the
And
pricing
also
page
earn
for
tone
Slack.
points at an accelerated.
As you, if you see my screen that I'm sharing. Now, like, this feels oddly familiar. Like, I mean, if you scroll down, there's a table and everything,
Yeah.
and it shows you some fucking token counts as well somewhere. Feel like your AI features. I mean, it's the same thing, right? This is what
Yeah.
that's what we're looking at on here. So.
Yeah, that's except there's only one type of subscription in that. Like you got the the 4 categories of subscription, the free, and then the 3 main categories, and then you've got with ESO, you have the
Contact
subscription,
sale, yeah.
but then you also have the Tamriel Tome Battle Pass bullshit as a separate fucking thing that you have to have both. It's so stupid.
Thanks. And then beginning with this month, any ESO Plus subscribers will receive credit every month towards a free Premium Plus season upgrade. Now, once you've accumulated 12 months of being subscribed, and that's total months, you will be awarded a Premium Plus season upgrade that you can spend on any season.
Now, we do have some new improvements coming for everyone.
So does that that's so confusing? Does that mean that the Premium Tome does come with ESO Plus, or that you have the free tome only and you have to get and you can earn a Premium Plus bonus every 12 months of subscription?
That sounds like that's what that is.
But if you want the Premium Tome, you still have to pay for it. Like, that's so stupid.
Yeah. You have to wait a year, and then you can get a free one.
What the fuck?
That's
crazy.
fucking retarded. That's fucking retarded.
So
Oh my
dearly
God.
regarded.
And I love this too. Like, at least, so I'll give them some credit, right? The Premium Tome, it says if you have the Premium Tome, you don't have a time limit for completing it. The free tome, it's only available for the duration of the season, like a normal battle pass. But if you pay for the Premium Battle Pass, you don't have a time limit on it. You can do it whenever. That's not a bad idea. I'll give them credit. That's good.
That's what Marvel Rivals did.
But it's just like they're trying to make it less complicated, but it feels more complicated.
Season upgrade that you can spend on any season.
Now, we do have some new improvements coming for everyone, and ESO Plus subscribers will have some extra benefits for a few of the things that Susan will talk about in just a second. Let's actually get into those game improvements now, because there is a lot of stuff in here that addresses some long-standing requests and pain points.
A lot of things in my
I'm
notes.
personally really excited about this stuff.
I'm very excited to share all this stuff. It's a lot. Okay, so let's dig into the list. With Season 0, we're going to start to see updates from a new team that has been devoted to finding and focusing on the community's most requested quality of life features and other improvements. So they have been gathering these from community wish lists, from surveys, from summits, from lurking on forums, and seeing what you all are talking about. They are...
Have they watched my videos? Have they watched my videos?
looking at last year's requests that we
Likely
got
have.
for top pain points and using all of that to build a backlog of work that
No.
they can devote their time to. So we're going to keep doing more of that in the future as we continue to build out this group's schedule of work as well. So update 49 will include the first wave of all of these changes, specifically focused on reducing friction and respecting player playtime. To start with, we're going to add the ability to respec skills and attributes directly from the UI at no cost.
Nice.
Okay.
We kind of thought of this as, we talk all about being experimental. Hey,
It's wheels.
why don't you guys get experimental as well?
Players do that too. Yep.
So, we're going to go back to the 30-day listing window for guild traders. We didn't really see a lot of effect from the change that we rolled in previously, and nobody really liked it. So we're going to go ahead and roll that back out and take it back to 30 days.
So
Thank you.
they fucked the economy. They're like, no, it's fine, and then they're like, oh, okay,
No,
I guess we
it was indeed not fine.
no.
Great.
We are making outfit slots account-wide. We're adding faster rider training. We're going to allow for 3 stat increases instead of 1 at a time. And,
Thank you.
Speaking of riding, we are adding a brand new mount available for gold, and we're going to move 16 mounts out of the Crown Store and put those up for
Thank
gold
you.
purchase as well.
Okay.
So
Probably be the most
we are
basic
also
bitch fucking nothing.
increasing
Oh,
mount.
yeah.
limits on
Like a-
over
like a
half of our
base
houses
war.
as
The
well.
Imperial horse.
To boost furnishing limits across
Yeah.
all of our houses.
Oh
For
shit!
example,
Okay.
Finally increasing
large
furnishing
homes
limits.
is going
Thank
to increase from
you.
328 to 450.
Jesus.
There's going to be so much more room for activities. Susan, that's actually a very frequent question we get from the community
RP.
is increasing furnishing limits so they can add more to their house.
Because
And
it's their
previously,
activities.
we had looked at it, and there were some technical limitations. But what has changed now, where we were able to do
No,
this?
they weren't.
So this technical limitations do still exist for some of our houses.
No, they
One
don't.
of the things that we looked at, in that spirit, going back to, as I said earlier, that spirit of okay, but what if? What we looked at here was, we said, all right, well, let's try and solve this problem. We can't solve it for every single house across the board right now. There are still technical limitations related to the largest of our houses.
It's because you're still targeting last-gen consoles, is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You're still targeting last-gen consoles for this game that's been out for 12 years, and I think that it's time to move on. Like, even Elite Dangerous moved on, and it's not even that old.
But that doesn't mean we can't update some of the others as we go. So that's kind of how we're looking at it. Let's not hold the whole thing if we can make a large chunk of it better while we continue to solve the problem behind the scenes for the rest.
That's great.
We are also going to go ahead and add longer antiquities, exploration times, and we're increasing the duration across all difficulties. And for those last two in particular, ESO Plus subscribers will get an additional boost above and beyond what the standard value is. So,
Wow, so you get more time to do the thing that takes like an hour to do.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. It's 30 days currently, but if you're an ESO Plus subscriber, you'll get double.
It was 60, 2 months to do your fucking homework, I guess. Congrats.
Oh my god, that is not a benefit anybody would pay money for. This is the thing, right? If you're looking at doing a subscription model for a game or any software or anything like that, you have to understand what components of the software are the most desired, the elements of your game that people would want to actually pay extra money for, and that isn't one of them. Nobody gives a shit, because once you've gotten the antiquity, well, now you have it. And they've also made it so that, like, okay, so if you get the same like antiquity furnishing 3 times, you can just buy it for gold in the future. You don't have to go back and dig it up. So the lead timer thing doesn't matter for that at all. And as far as the antiquities for like the unique weapons and gear items, those don't. Once you've gotten one of them, you don't have to get them ever again because of the reconstruction system with the transmute stations. Just reconstruct it. So the lead timer thing doesn't matter to anybody. Who the fuck cares? Because if you don't get the lead, right, by the time the timer is up, just go get the lead again. It drops the same way. The only time that you would ever be like, oh shit, I don't have this lead anymore, is if you somehow let a really rare lead die from your
sit
list.
in your inventory for a month.
But if it's a really rare lead, you'd go and dig it up almost immediately because you're probably farming it. Oh god, that's so stupid.
No thought. No thought in the
This is
brain.
really good for our players. Yeah. No.
all in all, we're still a few months away from the update. There might be.
I also like that the increased furnishing limits is a fucking red herring because it's all non-notable homes.
Yeah.
Wait, oh my god.
So it doesn't actually. You're not actually increasing the furnishing limit past what it's ever really been. It's just the smaller houses can put more stuff in them now. That's it.
Dumb.
Things that Nick knows about that I don't.
I
actually
misread
know about
that
yet are gonna make it
completely.
into that.
Okay, I gotta go over this. Let's see. Mounts for gold. They already mentioned that, so they're just re-mentioning it. That's great. Vampire Werewolf Cures removed from the Crown Store. Adding quest starter for Vamp Werewolf. Cures will be 0 crowns. Increasing number of world NPCs and shrines. So basically, cures for Vampire and Werewolf will be 0 crowns. They didn't cost crowns before anyways. They were on the Crown Store, but you could just go to a fucking priest and get it fucking removed.
Yeah. But I guess now they're adding more priests. I don't know why that's a huge problem for people.
No, they're adding more NPCs that can infect you, is what I'm getting from that.
Oh, okay.
So it's easier to get infected, and I guess you can now cure yourself from anywhere in the world rather than having to go to a priest at a mage's guild. You can just go to the Crown Store and get it for free, I guess. Which to be fair, does make it easier kind of. No, it doesn't, actually. What am I talking about? Because if you have the only time I could see that being useful really is if you you have multiple builds for your character where one of them uses vampire and the other doesn't. But the thing is that using the outfit station, which is free to all players, you can just swap it on and off because you switch to one of your other builds. Or not the outfit station, but the armory station. You switch to one of your other builds that doesn't have vampirism, and it cures your vampirism. And then you switch back to the build that has the vampirism, and it gives it back to you. The only annoyance about that is that the stage is always reset. Of your vampirism, for example. Werewolf, it doesn't matter. But for vampirism, it's always reset, so you have to use a food item or whatever, which are fucking... They cost nothing to get these food items to change your fucking state. So it's not like it's a big deal. Anyways, mimic stones and outfit tokens are no longer sold individually for crowns.
Then where do we get them?
Yeah, like, so you just don't have them anymore? Like, how does that work? Do you just get them from rewards and you can't actually buy them when you need them? You just stockpile them from rewards from things? That makes no sense. Bag
Maybe
and
they're
bank
on the source of gold?
Maybe. Bag and bank
really
cost
weird.
reduction, so reduce golden crown cost for upgrades. But again, there's not enough gold sinks in the game as it is. So you're going to reduce the amount of... Okay, whatever. Hide X. So now you can hide all the parts of your costume, of your armor.
Good.
You can, finally.
Good.
Finally. We've been asking for that for years. Every other game has it now. Respec skills and attributes in UI, that's a good change. I think that's fine. Upgrade bag in UI, so you don't have to go to a vendor. Okay, fair. Unless it's only... Imagine that comes out and it's only just like the crown version. You can't actually do the gold version from the UI. You still have to go to the vendor. That would be hilarious. Zone guide improvements. Choose what to track versus just in order. Okay, sure. Longer antiquities lead times. No one cares. Quicker crafting research.
My God.
That's a good thing. For new players especially, that's a good thing. If you already have max crafting, though, on one character, you don't need to do it on anyone else.
Yeah.
Treasure
Unless
maps.
you're trying to do it on every character, which I know some people do. I don't see the use of it, but...
For writs, I guess?
Roleplay reasons.
I guess, but it just feels so, like, unneeded?
Tedious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Treasure maps. Rework to improve user experience. I wish they would tell us what that means. Maybe they will.
They'll probably add an actual marker on the map to where it is.
Yeah, maybe. Increase transmute crystal limit. That's an actual benefit. That's an actual benefit, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Faster mount training. That's good. Account-wide outfit slots. Yeah, we need that. Guild name repping. So now players can show their guild name without wearing a tabard.
Yes.
That's a good change.
Okay,
And back bar
that's
experience.
fine.
That's something that...
So we'll
they
talk
needed.
about those over the next couple of months as we lead up to the updates. And then the last thing is, with this group, which I'm excited about, they've got longer term stuff going on in the background as well. So these are things that won't be in the next update, but the team is busy working on some...
So, guild mail improvements. Allow
Bigger,
guild
longer
leaders and
initiatives,
officers to send mailers to guild members. Great! Now they have another way to fucking annoy us. It's a good change. I think it's a good change. I just know that there's a lot of guild leaders that specifically will use it to be annoying. New user Golden Pursuit meant to help guide users post Cold Harbor. Sure, okay. Guild bank improvements, improving function and looking to reduce theft. Sure, okay. Hybridization work. Alchemy improvements for hybridization. Okay, yeah, that probably needs to happen. And guild housing. That's a good thing. We should have guild housing instead of having it be player houses. Because it's really annoying to try and figure out where the fucking guild house is.
allowing
Yeah.
guilds to send mail to their guild members, crossplay, talk about it today, and guild
Wait.
housing and more. That's exciting.
I love how you just kind of casually drop something like guild mail and then move on from it.
Do you know we have so much stuff to talk about today? Like if we and busy working on some
Hold
So
on.
special
longer
about fucking
initiatives, like allowing
guild
guilds to
mail.
send mail to their guild members. So these are crossplay and guild housing. It's busy working on some bigger, longer initiatives like allowing guilds to send mail to their guild members, crossplay and guild housing.
She just casually drops crossplay?
My
And it sounds like
God.
she wasn't even supposed to say it too, because
It's
they
not
just
even
glanced
listed
over
here.
it.
It's not even fucking listed. What are you talking? What? You're just randomly gonna be you're working on crossplay? Is that part of the simultaneous updates for console and PC? What the fuck?
and more. That's exciting.
Love how you just kind of casually drop something like guild mail and then move on from it.
Do you know we have so much stuff to talk about today? Like if we
Is she trying to like deflect it when she says guild mail there?
I suspect
Yep, I think so.
viewers wouldn't mind.
Oh,
if
she's
this
getting
was
fired.
5 or 6 hours and we just talk about everything. All right, so let's now shift over to the night market.
It's shorter than last year's stream, and no, I don't want it to be any longer than that.
Nick, why don't you first cover what exactly an event zone is?
Yeah. So an event zone is it's the first type of new experimental content, and the night market is our first one of these. And the core idea behind the event zone is it's simple. It's
What is this
limited
shot?
time, highly
Oh,
focused,
no.
and it's designed for us to try new concepts, mechanics,
Brian
and
Gear is about to
ultimately new
slaughter him.
difficulty levels. So it gives the team the space to be creative and gather feedback. The night market, it's a PvE zone. It's set in Fargrave, and it's filled with challenging encounters.
I'm
We
fucking
wanted to
sick of hearing about
experiment with a zone
Fargrave.
designed to be genuinely difficult. So this zone is specifically geared toward experienced players and groups, but it's designed to be accessible by anyone. It's a fantastic place to try group content for the first time. You don't need a guild to have fun here, but we're hoping that it's a fun place for guilds to take on.
Yeah.
And we believe that the zone's difficulty will naturally encourage players to work together. To be clear, like this is, we talked about overland difficulty earlier. This is not overland difficulty. We are also doing overland difficulty later in 2026, but this zone is going to be, more
Void
difficult.
Mother!
The night market's going to feature 3 factions, and you can choose one to align with each time the zone becomes available, and there will be a competition between the
This looks
factions to see,
decent.
who can
Yeah.
make the most progress in the night market. Like any zone, the night market is going to have its own unique rewards, and the most notable is a brand new house that players will unlock. And
Jesus,
upgrade by progressing
okay.
through the zone. I think the house is pretty cool and unique, and it's going to be the first time there's a bank that's actually included inside the
How
home.
cool.
Yeah,
So we're planning
Whoa!
to release,
Good treasure hoard.
Okay, that's
also,
pretty-
a
that's
brand
pretty
new
cool.
functional reward type with the event zone that we think is going to affect gameplay in an exciting
His
way.
eyes are
The
weird.
market begins on April 20th.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause he's
and will run
autistic.
through mid-June, but this isn't a
Evidently.
one-and-done event. We're planning to bring it back at least once in 2026. And
Sorry, that's not meant to be
there's a way
rude.
we can
I'm
bring
ju-
it
I'm
back
just
more often in the future
noticing.
and potentially make it permanent. We're introducing this content to
We all notice things once in a while.
works, and we'll take those learnings and apply them potentially to this event zone, to the next event zone, or even future.
What the
seasons.
fuck? Why do we have suddenly have grapple hooks?
We're always
We've had grapple hooks for a while, but they're just like very situational.
All right, so in addition
Yeah.
to the event zone, we also have the first wave of updates for the class and combat work we talked about in December, going live with Season 0. So, Nick, would you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes. Like we've been talking about throughout this, the health of the base.
We took the most broken class in the game. Second most broken class in the game. Most broken class for PvP. And we decided we got to rework this thing. You know, the class that everybody fucking everybody hates. We'll just rework it.
Game and reinvesting in existing parts of the game is really important, right? The improvements that Susan just talked about are one step in that direction. And another one is that we're planning to invest heavily. We are investing heavily in foundational experience of ESO. So as part of that, we're reviewing and improving
ESO.
the combat experience. This is ongoing. It's going to be
Yeah, you keep
released in
saying
parts
ESO.
over the course of the next few
Mhm.
years. So this isn't just a single update.
He's efficient.
The responses from the
I wonder
class survey
why.
we shared last September.
I used to call it
September,
ASO.
the combat and vision roadmap we released in December.
Fuck you.
Those were crucial in helping us to prioritize and shape the team's
What is the
work
fuck
on
you?
this. What's going to be included as part of this?
You're
First
just
is a
that
visual
just that's
review
just
of
wrong.
all of our classes.
What we used to say. That was what everyone called it during like when it was in development and before it came out. They're like ESO. People just call it ESO.
Werewolf model update, including a female werewolf model.
Oh no, it's the sex update. It's a sex update. No. Why?
Go, baby.
It's just gonna be a werewolf with boobs and lipstick.
Yeah, and then the post season 2 order is Templar, Nightblade, Necromancer, Arcanist, which, by the way, is the worst fucking order to do it in.
Mhm.
I'm surprised it says female and not type 2.
Do you think all the Tan Lauren fans just got triggered by this?
Oh, certainly.
Two of them.
All 2 of them, yeah, exactly.
combat
All
skill lines.
none of them.
And also mechanical updates to reduce floatiness. And
I'm really worried about them
modern
fucking up
fields.
Warden, though.
ISO was made over
Same.
10 years ago.
But the thing, like, and I said this is the worst way to do this in because Arcanist is the most fucked up class right now.
Yeah.
Granted, starting with Dragon Knight isn't the worst idea necessarily because they could do Dragon Knight as sort of the baseline for everything else and kind of scale everything around Dragon Knight instead. Because Dragon Knight is, I would say, the most versatile class right now because it's the one that you can take into PvP and do really well. Best in class, like best in the game, basically. And you can also take into PvE and also do exceptionally well there. But it isn't the best at every role in PvE. It's a utility DPS at best in PvE, and then for everything else, it's not really used as healers. It can be, it's just not really used for that.
I love my DK healer though.
Me too. I do too.
I also do.
And but then in tanking, it's like it is the premium tank, pretty much. Necromancer's also still really up there for tanking, and of course, Warden is another really big one for tanking. Nightblade's never really used. Templar is never really used. Salva is obviously a Templar tank. He's really good at it, and he makes it work. Arcanist tanking, I think, can be done, but it's not really like they're obviously very like adept at it, but they're not like. I don't think they really offer anything specifically for tanking that people seek, unlike Dragon Knight or Necromancer or Warden. So, although Warden I think is usually still best served being in the healer slot more than anything else.
To 12 years at this point, and we've learned a lot since then, and newer classers have benefited from that. We want all classes to benefit from what we've learned, while still feeling unique and staying true to their core. Critically, we remain dedicated to the play your way core combat pillar. However, we recognize that with the introduction of subclassing, that's created issues at odds with that goal, specifically impacting class identity, pure classes, build viability, and flexibility. We're working on addressing these issues with these efforts. We want class identity to be clearer. We want pure classes to be competitive, and we want as many builds as possible to be viable across all content. So the first major wave of this work is arriving in March, and the March update will feature the Dragon Knight class. And that will include a visual refresh for many of its abilities. It's really cool to see how these are shaping up, and I really can't wait for players to get to experience them. We're also making adjustments to the skill lines to make them feel like a more complete kit.
So it looks like the visual changes are largely in terms of like the animation of the character, and slight changes to like the shape, I guess, of the attacks. But the visual effects still look dated as hell. Just saying.
To make pure classes more viable. As a bonus, you can also earn a full set of blue skill styles for Dragon Knight abilities in-game in Season 0.
A full set. Oh, wait.
Okay, that's good.
We're also, as part of the March update, including a visual refresh for the two-handed weapon skill line, and we're going to keep working on those weapon skill lines as a part of this.
Yeah, it's mainly animations.
We're also going to be revamping werewolf visuals that will likely come in June, and that'll include the werewolf model. And as part of that, we're actually going to be including a female werewolf model that's going to be free, and that's something that players have been requesting for years.
Just got hair on its fucking nipples.
Going with this, every multiple times a year, and again, feedback is an important part of this. We want to hear from players. Is this?
I'm glad they're not giving it big tits, though. That would piss me off.
Thank you. That would.
Clear, like this doesn't mean
it would make me too horny.
We'll make other changes to classes. We do want to address outstanding issues throughout.
Yeah, at that point they might as well just make the female werewolf model Kathy Bates, and you'll be all fucking horned up.
Not just at a time at the expense of all. However, our primary focus will be on addressing each class holistically.
Holistically.
visually and mechanically. Again,
I don't like that they
to
keep saying that.
Me neither. I never liked that
tackle
word.
Major player concerns like class identity, build viability, and flexibility. It's
Has this become a like a
difficult
sociology
to
lesson now?
try to hit like many classes all at once.
Keeps
again and
mentioning
again,
class.
but taking a step back
Yeah.
and looking at the classes, looking where we want the classes to be again based on feedback from players, we thought was really important to be able to do this as well as possible.
I think it's also important for us to touch on PvP and some things that we're doing for the PvP community.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, when we were going over the roadmap, we are making some pretty big investments in PvP this year. So first, we'll continue our PvP Vengeance work after the March update, and we'll share learnings and a new plan shortly after that. We're going to be launching a new PvP progression system that's going to include dedicated PvP rewards, including unique cosmetics that we're planning to update regularly, and that's likely coming in June. The team's also bringing back three-sided battlegrounds. That's again something that players have been asking
Right.
for. Probably
There we
starting-
go.
We fucking bullied you so
That's
much over this
so
change.
funny.
That's
with the three-sided
wow.
battleground weekends to see what players think. If it's received positively, we'll make it available.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, with three-sided battlegrounds, at least you could rely on the idea that not all the teams the teams don't all know each other, right? And so it's not just going to be dominated by one team that's well coordinated, because you can play the teams against each other basically, and third party and stuff like that. Like, it made it more dynamic, and yeah, there were still cases of you just being completely trashed by the entire enemy team, by just one of the enemy teams. But it's not as bad as in modern battlegrounds, where it's just two teams and one team is going to crush and the other team is just going to do nothing, because there's the matchmaking. Like, I don't know if you could find a multiplayer game on the internet right now, like a multiplayer PvP game that exists right now that has a worse matchmaking system than ESO. I don't know if you could find one. Like, Apex Legends comes close, but even then.
Or potentially make it a permanent mode. We'll be addressing pain points and quality of life improvements with PvP. Just a few examples.
I think they call it
We're
pain
planning to
points.
Add ways to get around.
Yeah, because it's
We're
actually
going
painful to play this
fixing
game,
the,
just like looking at Gina Bruno's
Alessia,
face.
Ash, and
Yes.
Chomp keeps to stop the issue of players slingshotting into the inner keeps, which players have understandably expressed frustration about. We're fixing a couple of battleground maps like Reeman's Folly and Huntsman's Fortress to address spawn camping issues, and those are just a few examples. There will be more
Yeah,
like
things
this,
that have
over
existed
the
since they
course
came
of,
out and you haven't done
next
anything
year.
about.
And just like everything we've talked about today, all of this will be available to all players who own ESO, like no new chapter or DLC required. This focus on base game health, transparency, and listening to your feedback. It's not just a temporary goal, it's the foundation of our new model and the key to ESO's future. I've said this before, but ESO is nothing. It's nothing without you, the players, and we truly believe
True.
by building this game with you that we can make the next decade of Elder Scrolls Online the best one yet.
Why did it
And-
take 14 years for you guys to say that, though?
Yeah, and even without even with us, you know, even with players, it also still isn't much without Matt Furor, honestly.
No, it really isn't.
All right, well, we covered a lot in this show. And
Not really.
We'll have web articles going up with more details shortly.
Big
We
things,
did
but
just
not
wanna
a lot of
quickly
things.
Summarize everything we just went through.
She couldn't even bother memorizing her fucking outro.
This is going to introduce a host of new,
Nope.
and varied, and sometimes even experimental.
Wow.
She's too busy publicly humiliating people to memorize shit. For,
Sorry, yeah, I forgot.
HR.
Yeah.
Will be free for all ESO players. Each season will also introduce a Tamriel tome. This is going to give you new.
Yeah, we got that. So I'm just gonna say it again. They skirted around it, so because they don't want you knowing this outright. They don't want to say it outright, so you know outright definitely that this is the case. But Premium Battle Pass does not come with subscription, which is retarded. I'm just gonna say that. That's fucking retarded.
It should.
It absolutely should.
I
You're
don't
paying
know
for
why
it.
it doesn't.
They literally, they're like, yeah, so by the way, the DLC, the two primary reasons that people buy a subscription, like pay for a subscription for ESO for, the craft bag and access to all the DLCs without having to fucking sift through all of them. Yeah, the one of those major elements that people pay for a subscription for, we're removing that. But don't worry, we're not changing the price. we are adding a battle pass.
You know what this weirdly gives me hope about, though? There's a weird bit of hope that I have now, because they've really showed their hand in this pathetic fucking display. They showed that they're actually scared, and that bullying this fucking multi-billion-dollar company actually does work. So we need to not give them a fucking inch. We have to keep on their ass so that they can make more changes. And holy shit, like the complete the juxtaposition of basically every other year of their live streams, with it being basically full fucking hype, like plan for the year. Oh,
Look
what's
at this
the new
cool
update?
trailer.
What's the
Look
new
at all these
class?
things we're doing. Oh, we're so excited. I'm adding
And
a
we're
card game.
reduced to the fucking View. We're reduced to the fucking, or the Ellen. We're on Ellen right now.
What? And you notice? Do you notice?
What I did was completely unforgivable.
Have you guys noticed a very distinct absence in this live stream?
Of Rich.
I don't see the one
Lambert.
with the
There's-
fucking mother wife.
Yeah, there's no butch husband, butch wife husband over here. We don't
iDubbbz
have
in 20 years.
Yeah, we don't have Ian Jomha on this live stream.
Yeah.
The creative director of Elder Scrolls Online is not in the big 2026 reveal. Why?
Yeah.
Because they know everyone fucking hates him. Because he's a piece of shit that hates this community and has fucked this game in the ass. I've been waiting so many years to add this one thing to the game, and I'm so excited to finally reveal that we're adding a card game. No one cares. It's a good card. I'm not gonna say it's a bad card game. It's fine.
Remember
just
when
was a bad
fucking
time.
Valve released the card game for like Dota 2? And just you could hear the sheer disappointment in the audience.
That's like the Diablo
And then-
Immortal announcement.
Yeah.
And then there was the like poorly timed April Fool's thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh god, it's so cringe. So yeah, I think you're right, Cass. It does offer a glimmer of hope in that bullying them does seem to be working in some way.
Because they went back on a lot of stuff, actually. I was
They
very
did.
surprised about.
Like Battlegrounds are like, okay, clearly that was a bad idea. We're gonna, but they're not even committing to it. They're just like, yeah, well, we'll bring back a temporary 3-sided Battlegrounds and see how it goes. But
I think they're going to probably bring them back. They're just too scared to admit it.
yeah. So another thing that I'm going to mention here, because it is very, very important to me. It's a core of my feeling about this game, is that, again, automod is a big thing, but also the the arbitrary garbage ass fucking global cooldown system. Remove it. Get rid of the fucking thing. It has absolutely made this game feel sticky and fucking gross since Update 35, when they introduced this stupid shit to light attacks. It doesn't feel good. It's not a good change. Bring back action queuing. Make action queuing a thing again, because every other fucking hack and slash action game has action queuing. Add it back. Bring us the feeling of control over our characters that we used to have, and that every other game still has. They need to just bring that back. It's just so fucking stupid.
It's terrible, genuinely.
Yeah, it's awful. And Gina Bruno sucks. I hate her.
She needs to fucking step down, genuinely.
Yeah. She's a piece of shit. I think there's
But
a lot
she's
of...
not even... Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think there's a lot of, like... There's a lot of good things that they talked about here, but they also just straight up slapped us in the face with saying, yeah, your ESO Plus subscription is going to go down in value, but we're going to keep the price the same and add another fucking monetization practice on top of it. Not addressing the actual pain points of the monetization model, really, except the DLC, which I think is a good change, making the DLC in the future free. They didn't talk about the previous DLC, which makes me think that all the previous DLCs are still going to be for sale. and you'll still have to buy those largely in order to experience them, except they're adding some of them to the base game. So like Orsinium is becoming base game, Thieves Guild Dark Brotherhood base game, Greymoor is becoming base game as well at the end of the year, which should have been, Antiquities should have been added to base game immediately. But
I think they're doing that because they're right. This is what I'm thinking, because they said there's going to be a new Thieves Guild story. So I think they're doing that because if they're going to really make Thieves Guild free for the Thieves Guild story, then you have to make all of the DLC up until the Thieves Guild came out free. That's why they did Orsinium up until then. And Greymoor, I don't know, just to fucking give them like a little fucking taste of the taint or something.
Well, just to have it basically caught up.
Well, Greymoor's a big problem because the antiquity system. It introduces the antiquity system, and it's like, that's how you get the what are they called? The fucking unique weapons and items, or not weapons, but unique items.
Like the mythics.
Mythic, yeah. So that's how you get mythic gear. Yeah. And the thing about that is that if you want to get the mythic gear, you have to own all the other DLCs where you dig up the leads from. And so if you buy, for example, if you buy the Greymoor chapter, right, then you get access to antiquities. But some of the antiquities that come with the Greymoor chapter, you can't actually get. So you buying the Greymoor chapter to get the antiquities doesn't matter, because you still have to buy the other DLCs to get access to the zones where those leads are actually dug up. So it's such a piece of shit system, and it needs to be added to base game, and all the leads should change how the leads work so that you can access them if you don't own the DLC, or just make all the DLC base game, which is I think what their eventual plan is.
See, and I want to know, like, genuinely, how much money would they lose if they just made the entire, like, previous content base game up until maybe like Solstice? How much money would they really lose?
Good question. My question is like how much would they lose by making the base game free?
Yeah, genuinely.
Just make it free to play, straight up. Add the battle pass, fine. Add the premium battle pass with the subscription separate and everything. Whatever, fine. Make the base game free. Just make it free. Make the game free to play, and suddenly, like, that would be one of the biggest influxes of new players that this game has ever fucking seen. If they just made it free to play, and they'd probably make their money back in a weekend, if the rewards were worth a damn. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna pause the stream here because I gotta go to the bathroom, and then we're gonna do the DOJ raid. It's late, I know, but I really wanted to cover this, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, this is important.